Hey my beautiful Aries peeps, what's going on everybody? It's Ann from CancerMoonsTarot and I'm coming at you guys with your June 2022 tarot reading. How are you guys? I hope you guys are well. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into this and see what we got going on. Damn! Alright Aries, out of nowhere I felt like this crazy burst of energy that I have not felt today, because today was one of those days where like I slept in. Okay, but I definitely got this crazy burst of energy for you, so I like this starting off for June. Now, before we get straight up to June, let's go ahead and have a look here into your recent past, and then I'll carry out into the rest of the June energies, okay? So what do we have here for the recent past regarding the zodiac sign of Aries? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do we have here for the recent past regarding the zodiac sign of Aries? Let's go ahead and begin. First card out, we do have here the Nine of Wands. Could be the energy of like being afraid to speak up about something. Typically not a very big Aries trait, because an Aries usually does not give a crap. They will say what they need to say. But I think that you were in a position here where somebody has made you feel like you could not communicate. It's almost like somebody could have possibly made you feel powerless, which is definitely not fun of a position to be in. Yeah, you got here a King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles can rub me the wrong way sometimes as a card in tarot deck, because it could be a person here who may be very wealthy, they may be very powerful. It doesn't make them a good person though, right? You know, a person could be very rich. Does it make them a good person? No. It doesn't matter how much money a person has in their bank account or how much power an individual has. What they do with that is what makes them a good person or not, right? So looking at the last card we have here for the recent past, we do have here the Three of Wands. I see a situation where you might have been living with somebody who was very unbearable to live with. This possibly could be family. This could be like you had a difficult time with a father, a mother. This is the energy, of course, with the Three of Wands of like, I can't wait for the day for me to walk away, for the day for me to leave. You know, I'm picking up on that energy strongly. It's like somebody here just wasn't fun to be around. You know, they might have had something to offer. Maybe this is a person who is like, if this is your family, right? Like, have you ever been around like a family or been involved with like people in your life who are like, oh, I provide this for you, so like you should kiss my ass for it? Like, that's the kind of energy that I'm picking up on. Like a mom or a dad that'll call you ungrateful when they treat you like dirt just because they give you the bare minimum to survive, right? That's the type of parenting that I personally cannot stand and will not bring to the table if I do end up having future children. It's that energy of like, just because I give you the bare minimum in life or the bare minimum that I'm supposed to in whatever relationship this person has to you, it doesn't mean that you should show the most gratitude in the world, right? There's more than just the bare minimum that a person should be having. So I do feel that energy for a few of you. You might be living with a family currently. Maybe they provide for you. Maybe they expect you to kiss up for the fact that they provide for you, but they treat you like crap on an emotional level. Like, no, it's totally different story. So looking into your recent past here, you were surrounded by somebody that was in some sort of position of power, or whatever position of power they believe that they have had. And I think that it got to the point where you couldn't even bother trying to speak out to this person, because why would they listen, right? If somebody here is set in their own ways with the King of Pentacles, if somebody here is only going to feel like it's their way or the highway, why bother trying to express yourself? Why bother trying to reach out when you feel like it gets you nowhere? And to be quite honest, with the Three of Wands showing up here in your recent past too, the place you really wanted to be was as far away from this person as possible, okay? So that's what I see here so far for you in reference to the recent past. Let's go ahead and check out here your current energies in the month of June. What are going to be the current energies here for Aries? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus moving throughout June 2022. First card out, we do have here the Seven of Swords. All right, moving on to the next card for you, we do have here the Five of Wands. And then lastly for you guys, we have here the Seven of Pentacles. I feel like the Seven of Pentacles is representing it's time to finally start watering my seeds. It's time to finally start investing myself in healing and the road to recovery from being involved in this really toxic situation. That's what the Seven of Pentacles is saying to me, because Seven of Swords here to the Five of Wands, this is about acknowledging your pain, acknowledging what it is that you went through, acknowledging what somebody has done. You know, this King of Pentacles energy got to the point where it affected you mentally. You know, somebody here got inside your head. Somebody here made you feel powerless. Somebody here made you feel like there's no point of standing up for myself. There's no point of speaking about how I feel, because I'm just going to be very easily dismissed. And with that type of deception, with that type of negativity, it really, really weighed you down heavily. And with the Five of Wands, it made you pissed, it made you upset, it made you struggle, it made you go through so many different types of emotions to the point where you recognized, I'm just so tired of this situation that something has to change. So coming into June 2022, Seven of Pentacles, I feel like this is the energy right now where it's like I'm on my road to recovery because I'm going to find a way to isolate myself completely from this situation. So, I mean, like I said, if this is about like living with parents, that especially parents that could be very narcissistic or very toxic, this is the energy of moving out finally. If you're with a boyfriend or a partner and they give you the bare minimum in this relationship, but they don't really give you much of anything else, it's like, I'm going to finally break up with this person and be single and allow myself to live my life away from a toxic environment. If this is a job, it might be a job that makes you a lot of money. But if you're at a job where you get constantly, disrespected by your superiors, fuck this. It's time for me to find a different job, right? So this is the energy right now of definitely walking away from a very hostile environment that made you feel like they not only dimmed your light, dimmed your shine, but they made you feel like you could not be involved in your power, that you could not stand up for yourself or speak for yourself here because it wouldn't have made a difference. So Seven of Pentacles is definitely giving me the energy of like, it's time for me to nurture myself. If you look at this person over here, she's watering her plants. So you're in the energy right now where you're taking care of yourself. You're breathing life back into your own life by distancing yourself from this very unhealthy situation so that you can focus on licking your wounds and moving forward. Okay? All right, guys. Sorry for those of you that dealt with a situation like this. That really sucks. I'm wishing you all the best, though. But you know what? You're moving into June with some energy, man. Remember in the beginning of the reading I said I just got hit with like a giant wave of energy? Yeah, you're not going to be in a place in June where you're feeling low anymore. You're going to be in a place of June where you're feeling great. And you're going to be feeling great because you're walking away from this crap, Let's have a look here at the potential challenge for Aries. What kind of potential challenges will Aries be facing moving into June 2022, please? We did have the Ace of Cups come out, all right? Moving on to the next card for you, we also have here the Fool card, which is the card that represents the zodiac of Aries. And then lastly, we have here the Death card, which represents Scorpio energy. So based upon what kind of challenges you could be encountering, we have here the Ace of Cups, the Fool, and the Death card. It does feel to me a big challenge is going to be how you communicate with people, how much you give to people, and how much you love people. I feel like the way that you show somebody love or the way that you engage with people with your emotions and feelings is definitely going to be something that's changed for sure. And I think that that's where the struggle really lies here for you, because it's like, it's hard for me to be open with people now after constantly feeling so shut down. It's very hard for me to be open about my feelings and talk about how I'm feeling when I've been incredibly used to not even bothering or trying to do so. And with the Fool card showing up over here, it's going to be kind of hard too, not to run away from situations that make me feel like I'm dealing with my past. So I think that the challenge here is getting back into an energy where you can be vulnerable, getting back into an energy where you can receive love properly and give love properly, and where you feel comfortable enough to convey your emotions without any sort of backlash or without having to feel like you need to shut down. That seems to be the biggest situation coming up here when we're talking about any sort of problems arising or any sort of challenges. So Aries, the challenge here is being able to be yourself, to be vulnerable, to be open about what you're feeling, and to also be in a position to where you feel like you can have a healthy relationship with somebody without constantly having to feel like you need to shut down, because you've been in an environment where you've shut down constantly to the point where it's become a habit. So it's about breaking that habit. It's about recognizing that it's okay and that I'm safe now to open up and that I'm safe now to express my emotions, and that, the environment that I went through doesn't have to be something that needs to carry with me moving forward into the future relationships or future friendships and future people that I meet. I can now be open. I can now be free. So you're going to be doing your best here to kind of break out of that energy, break out of that shell. All right. And I see it happening for you. I see it working for you. Let's go ahead and have a look here and see what you'll be dealing with in June 2022. All right, what are my Aries going to be dealing with here in the month of June? Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, moving throughout June 2022. First card out, we do have here the Four of Swords. Hello, I like that for you. Definitely completely at a distance, completely, what's it called? Not dissociated, completely detached, thank you, from your past here and from that past environment. We do have here the Hierophant. You're very committed to make sure that's going to continue to happen. Like, yeah, if this is like you moved out from your family, like you're not going to be calling your family members and checking in. If you got out of a relationship, it's like, bye, I'm never going to text you or call you again. Like, you totally mean it when you distance yourself. You really meant it when you walked away. And then lastly for you, we do have here the High Priestess. So based upon what you're going to be dealing with here coming into the month of June, Four of Swords, we got here the Hierophant, and we got here the High Priestess. I definitely feel this energy of like never allowing somebody else to speak for you, never allowing somebody else to think for you, never allowing somebody else to get so deep inside your mind. That is something that will never happen again here, especially with the High Priestess card showing up, because the High Priestess is connecting with your higher self, your intuitive abilities. It's about connecting with the best version of yourself you can be tapped into, right? So the best version of yourself here says, I'm never going to allow somebody to get so deep inside my head again to the point where I feel powerless. With the Hierophant showing up over here, I feel like there's going to be a lot of commitment and dedication to yourself here, Aries. Moving into June 2022, what you're going to be dealing with is rebuilding yourself, essentially. You know, going back to that Seven of Pentacles, making sure that you're on the road to recovery. This is like you continuing that road of recovery. So what you'll be dealing with in June 2022 is a lot of work on yourself and a lot of commitment to yourself to not only feel better after everything that you went through and everything that you've endured, but to continue to lead a healthy life despite going through a pretty unhealthy environment. So this is the commitment to continue to work on yourself, to be happy, to be vulnerable, and to feel like you can be in a healthy place. So I see you guys nonstop working on yourselves, which I'm really fucking proud of you for doing, because not a lot of people can do that, especially after walking out of an environment like this in the recent past. You know, people can be traumatized by situations like this to the point where they don't ever feel the same for years and years on end until they can finally recover. You know, you're jumping out of the situation and you're jumping right onto your road to recovery, and you're making sure that you're doing everything that you can possible to better yourself, to be positive, to be happy, and to acknowledge the amazing individual being that you are and what it is you're worthy of and what it is you deserve. So you're doing the work here and you're doing a fantastic job. And I want you to know I am very proud of you at how far along you're already coming after walking out of a pretty recent situation. So you guys are doing great. Let's have a look here and see where things are going. All right, where are things going to be going here for Aries? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout their month of June, please. Where are things going to be going here for the zodiac sign of Aries? We do have here the Eight of Pentacles. Like I said, working on yourself for sure. Moving on forward from that, we do have here the Nine of Swords. You're going to be working on a lot mentally. Okay, I do see that here for you. Some of you guys could potentially be going to therapy, which is actually a relatively positive thing too. For those, like, and I hope that like isn't something that maybe people would feel offended by, or just, you know, if you're not going to therapy, you're not going to therapy. But if that happens to resonate with you, that is a good thing, because it shows that you're taking action to improve what you've gone through. And therapists are wonderful. Therapists are very fucking amazing. So I do recommend, by the way, people who have never gone to therapy before, you're not crazy for going to therapy. Nobody's insane because they're going to therapy. It's literally having a conversation with a person who's basically being a mirror for you to realize your own shit. Period. A therapist will hit all these amazing questions that make you realize everything. They don't really do much work except be a mirror to show you what you need to figure out about yourself. So this could be the energy possibly here of working on your mental problems, possibly seeing a counselor, seeing a therapist, and that seems to be helping out very well for a few of you too. Moving on to the last card, we also have here the Nine of Pentacles. It's like a breath of fresh air again. You're going to start having good days again here coming into the month of June. It's like you can breathe again. You can smile again. You can feel happy. You can feel okay after going through something really fucking hard. And I love this for you, man. I really do. Like, I'm so happy for you guys. I'm so proud for you guys, especially getting out of very toxic situations like this, where you feel like you've just lost all your power. You're drained to the core. You know, you're dealing with people that just never let you express yourself, or that never want to try to understand you, and they constantly want to put you down. And when you're finally free from that and you can start feeling normal again and you can take a breath of fresh air again, like when I see this Nine of Pentacles, like I picture you in a backyard, or I picture you like in nature, or sitting on a bench reading a book. It's like you can breathe. It's a nice day outside. You're smiling. You feel good. You're in a good mood. Like, this is what I picture for you coming into the month of June. It's like everything is changing for me in a very positive way. I'm on track to feeling like I'm in a healthy position in my life again. So I'm super proud of you guys, and I'm super happy. All right, let's see if there's any more beautiful stuff coming in here for you before we move on to the outcome. Is there any other amazing stuff coming in here for Aries throughout their June 2022, please? Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. We do have here the Ten of Wands, and following up with that Ten of Wands is going to be the Queen of Cups. Love that for you too. Ten of Wands here paired with the Queen of Cups. It's about getting everything under control. The things that have burdened you, the things that have bothered you, you're going to be able to face them on an emotional level. Queen of Cups here says, you're doing just fine. You're getting yourself grounded. It's like you can revisit the things you've went through without automatically feeling like you're going down this very negative place inside your mental health. It's like I can look back at what I've experienced without feeling triggered, without feeling incredibly upset, and I can acknowledge where I was mistreated. I can acknowledge where I deserved better. I can acknowledge where the individual I was dealing with was manipulating me or bringing in all this negativity. It's like you can look back at that situation and recognize that you have maybe faulted yourself for so many different things that weren't even your own fault. You may have gotten pinned in a corner to believe something that was so far from the truth because of how somebody else made you feel. And when you can acknowledge how wrong that person was and how right you were all along, it's an incredibly beautiful feeling when you can start to validate your own self again. Because I do believe that most likely in the environment you were dealing with in your past, you were probably at a point where you started invalidating your own self because somebody here made you feel so invalid, which is such a horrible feeling to experience. But now that you're in this place where you can validate yourself again, it's beautiful. It's a breath of fresh air. All right, let's go ahead and get 2 more cards. Is there any other wonderful stuff coming up here for Aries regarding their June 2022, please? Just on a positive note here, we do have the Sun card and we do have the Queen of Wands, baby. I love that for you. Sun card is a very positive card indeed. It is the card of happiness. It's the card of being out in the sun all day, having a good time. If you're an Aries and you felt like you were just, in your recent past, if you were at home most of the time, if you weren't hanging out with friends, if you were kind of just like by yourself, doing the same thing each and every single day, I do see in the month of June, you're going to be changing up your routine quite a bit. This is getting out more. This is being more social again. This is hanging out with friends, having new experiences, going for walks, right? So you're doing stuff here in the month of June that are going to be really, really positive for your mental health. And with the Queen of Wands showing up over here as well, you're feeling good about yourself again. You're feeling confident about yourself again. You're in a very good place with you. Dude. Happy to hear it. Very happy to hear it, you know? Going through situations like this is not easy. It's really not. And the fact that you guys are changing this up rather quickly, and the fact that you guys are getting back into a good place rather quickly as soon as you walked away from this person is truly wonderful news. Let's go ahead and have a look here at the overall outcome. All right, what's going to be the overall outcome here for Team Aries? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for June 2022. What's going to be the overall outcome here for the Aries? And what do we have? We have here the 2 of Cups. Yep, I do feel like that road of recovery is going to end and you feeling quite recovered. Now, of course, you may have your moments every now and then where you feel a little down, where what you've went through and what you've experienced may be on your mind, and that's totally okay, right? Rome wasn't built in a day. But with the 2 of Cups showing up here as the outcome card for you guys, this is truly wonderful energy. This is about feeling reconnected to yourself and feeling tapped into your life again. You know, you're not living a life where you constantly feel undermined, where you constantly feel shut out, silenced. You know, you're living a life where you can stand in your truth, where you can enjoy yourself, where you can have a good time. I mean, even looking at the 2 people here in the 2 of Cups card are enjoying this nice glass of wine with each other. As they are close to each other, as they are connected to each other, they can have a good time here. And I feel like this is representing you in your life. It's like your life has become something of fulfillment again. Your life has become enjoyable again because you're so far away from this miserable experience that you were a part of. And now that you're in a place where you're getting a pretty good routine going, you know, things are getting healthier, you're feeling better about yourself, you're opening up more, you're committed to transforming, you're committed to licking your wounds. You know, you really are seeing such a positive transformation here in the month of June, and you're going to be incredibly grateful for how far you're going to come. So Aries, the only thing left that I could say is that I'm incredibly proud of you. You know, I appreciate you guys tuning into this reading, and I hope that it helped. I hope it put a smile on your face because I'm so proud of how far you guys are coming, and, you know, cheers to only things continuing to improve for you. All right. Thank you, Aries, for being here. If it resonates, let me know down in the comments down below. If you guys are new here, do consider subscribing. Of course, if this wasn't your message, no worries at all, guys. If it doesn't apply to you, that's totally cool. Feel free to check out other future videos that I post or other awesome tarot readers on YouTube. But Aries, I love you. Enjoy the rest of your June here. Keep up the good work. You're doing fantastic. And I'm excited to see more positive news in the future. Much love and have yourselves a good one. Peace.